Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now I know it's been a while since I've done like a proper audio kind of video, so this is pretty special and it's happy to be here again. Thanks for all the support. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about the historic moments in Krunker. Now, disclaimer, before I start on talking about them, you should know that Krunker isn't the biggest of games. It isn't a game like CSGO or Valorant. And the historic moments that I'm going to be talking about are some cool stuff that happened in Krunker. So, hope you enjoy. And first off, I'm going to be talking about phase in Krunker. If you didn't know, once Keemstar tweeted about a tournament regarding a game that the devs were very supportive in, and Vince on his older account on Twitter commented on that very post. And next thing you know, if you search up Keemstar as an account on Krunker, you see a verified account, and if you check his inventory, he has a frostbite. Now, sad part is the tournament had to be called off due to reasons I'm not aware of, and I don't think Keemstar even plays the game now. The frostbite is just going to rot inside his inventory, so that's a shame considering its importance. He might play Krunker again if Krunker grows to be quite a big game, I guess, but for now, this is all we know. Thanks to Mile for most of this info. He made a detailed video about it. You guys should go check it out for sure. FaZe members once played Krunker as well, and there even existed a verified clan called FaZe. Not going to go into much detail about it because they had such a high view count. Many people watched the games that they streamed, and Krunker was one of them. And obviously, these viewers wanted to play them. This was good for Krunker because it brought more people to the game. And but then here's the sad part: many of the FaZe members just stopped streaming Krunker, so that's a pity. Next up is the charity streams held by Zed and Co. Zed, as the main host, had a goal for raising a ton of money each charity stream for an organization called Starlight. In 2020's last charity stream, they raised over $10,000, which is absolutely insane, and that's just from one charity stream. Sydney was also present at the event, and that just shows the involvement of the devs in this game. Also, this has to be the biggest highlight of the charity stream. You aren't a real one if you think otherwise. Okay, I'll just stop. There was a free KR pop up back in the day, and you could get like 300 KR every 6 hours. Do the maths, and the numbers you can obtain are absolutely insane. Every 6 hours means you can claim it 4 times a day. So that's like 1200 KR a day in one account. That is, if a person had 50 accounts and just like farmed that KR and did that every day, he would accumulate over 60,000 KR in a day alone. If we say that it's too tiring and no one would go to that extent to do it, he could do it every other week and he would still accumulate around 420,000 KR a week. I think it's pretty clear that you can see why the devs removed it. It was just too OP, and now we have the free spin, which is pretty nice. Also linked to this is the free spin. Basically, content creators for Krunker get on the free spin, and you know the rest. There is also a dark side to the free spin, which I def think you guys should check out. So I'll leave the link in the description. Also, there was a time when Krunker got DDoSed or hacked basically, and the market was down. And Mile made a video on this. You guys should go check it out if you haven't already. Also, there was a person in the Krunker community called Camille. I wasn't associated with him in any way, but he meant a lot to some of the people in the Krunker community. Due to personal reasons, he took his own life, which, in all honesty, is just plain sad. They had a virtual funeral on Krunker for him, which is pretty nice of them to do. Also, if you go check out the church in Sub Zero, it says Camille there, so that's pretty nice. And that's that for those of you who didn't know. Moving on, we had the whole coin flipping scene. Now, if you don't know what it is, it started out in late 2020, and basically what it was, you would pick heads or tails and just gamble on items. In my opinion, it's just plain dumb, and you might have insane luck streaks at times, but just don't do it. It's just dumb. It's just plain dumb. Just don't do it, or you'll eventually end up over here.
You choose heads. I fucking hell, dude.
This was a cool thing to mention, but the whole raid event, it was at Halloween where you could defeat like little ghosts and the ghost boss and potentially get really cool items. I mean, if you aren't intimidated by this guy right here, I don't know what you're on. There was a raid comp. There was like a raid competition where they would compete to finish the whole map the fastest, and there were two teams that won it. There was some drama about it, but I'm not going to go into that because that's unnecessary. They would get a raid unobtainable. They've waited like months for it for the unobtainable to be released, and there's also been leaks about it, and it's finally arrived. But no, it's an unobtainable spray, god damn it. Pretty big hehe XD moment from the devs. Not really. I'm sure they'll add the actual unobtainable soon. It's supposed to be a pet item that follows you around in game, so that's pretty cool. At least I think that's what it is. So we'll see in the future. The next things I'm going to be talking about, you might say aren't quite historic, but hear me out right now. First off, the wall jump mechanics. In my opinion, wall jumping changed the game for the better. It was given to the Uzi, the Runner, and the SMG class. Not sure if they're going to be adding it to any other classes soon. Why it was quite historic as well is for this very reason. SMG wasn't used as much before as it is right now. SMG buff and wall jump addition really changed the playstyle for wall jumping. I'll leave some small clips of cool wall jumping highlights and even strats of using wall jump to its full potential. Most of the normal players who play for the fun of it won't get what I'm saying, but I'm sure the comp players watching this video will understand what I'm talking about. AK used to be the most used weapon before, but after its nerf, you can see a lot of SMG users using it lately. Then, secondly, there was the iconic crossbow buff. Well, that was a weird one because hardly anyone used to use crossbow before, but then after its buff, it got completely changed and they nerfed it. It still is kind of strong, in my opinion. I'm sure there are many others that can agree with me on this. I mean, if you take a look at the debates on Twitter about which weapon is the most OP, people go ham against this thing right here. And there was like a whole week on end where people were just using crossbow. That was like a really weird week, and I have mixed feelings about that, not gonna lie. There was also the addition of knife throwing, which was cool at first, but it slowly became really annoying. It just locked into people's muscle memory to switch to throwing knife half of the time. Oh no, this guy is approaching me. I have zero ammo and zero skill. Let's not forget, I am a shotgun main. I'd bet. And he pulls out the throwing knife and kills you. There is a addition of shuriken, which is a black market item, which is super cool. It was added long back. I genuinely love it, and the only times I would use the throwing knife is to grind for that guy right there. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop it at that. There was too much info going into this, and I'll just keep the rest for another video. Stay tuned. There are lots more coming up. Lots of research went into this video, and I would appreciate it if you guys could leave a like and subscribe and get me to 200 subscribers. Thank you very much. You guys also helped me out with cool suggestions, and you guys were really helpful on Twitter. Special thanks to some of you out there with few of these mentioned. I'll have them on the screen right now. Special thanks to you guys. Anyways, guys, until the next one, see ya.